are never prepared for a diagnosis of autism, it is likely that you will experience a range of emotions. It is painful to love so much, to want something so much, and not quite get it. You want your child to get better so much. You may feel some of the stages commonly associated with grieving. You may revisit these feelings from time to time in the future. Part of moving forward is dealing with your own needs and emotions along the way.
Hello everybody, my name is Gregory Perosi and I'm here with 20-year-old Declan Boyer. How are you today, Declan?
Good so far.
I'm here with Declan Boyer's mom, Kathleen Boyer, to talk about autism. How are we today, Kathleen?
I'm great, Greg. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, Declan, can you tell me, what is autism?
Autism is a person with spectrum disorder and they have to be in a special education school.
Can you tell me, what does autism mean to you?
Like when a child is born with a severe medical issue, or say they're born with Down syndrome, you know from day one, maybe even before they're born, that they're going to have these issues, and you start early on to deal with them.
Right.
When Declan was born, he was just like a regular baby, and he hit all his developmental milestones, and it wasn't until he got older and began interacting more with other children that we began to see that there were differences in the ways he acted in the world. And so that was, at that point, our journey with autism began.
What's it like growing up with autism?
Well, it's like, at least I'm already travel trained to go places by myself, and I can go places around my neighborhood and to go to the city and travel buses places to see my maternal grandmother.
Well, of course it affects, anytime there's any kind of difference or disability in a family, it's going to affect all the members. Declan was our first child, so there was never a time when our younger son didn't know about it, didn't have it in his life. So he accepts it as just the way things are. It's hard for him. I feel as if I have two only children. I have a 20-year-old and a 12-year-old. I feel sad for my younger son that he doesn't have the typical big brother that's going to teach him to play ball and take him places, be a big brother to him. But my younger son has learned a lot from Declan and from being with Declan. And he told me yesterday he wants to be a tutor for kids with autism.
And I'm also somebody born with CP. CP is a form of cerebral palsy. I am very capable of doing things myself. I can feed myself, I can speak, and I can drink, but I have to be lifted because my legs don't work. How did your life change when you had Declan as your son?
Well, when Declan was born, it was like any parent, any mom or dad that had a child. We were in our mid-30s, we were older parents. We didn't realize for a number of years that there was anything that was different until he was a little older. By the time he was in preschool, we were beginning to hear the word Asperger's syndrome, and we didn't want to see it at first because our kid was fine. He walked, he talked, he was reading when he was 3 years old. We thought he was a genius, right? And then the more I read about autism, there wasn't a lot out there for parents in those days, and there was very little support. Autism was a kid that sat in the corner and banged his head against a wall. So we searched around, and eventually we realized this was something we had to face. And, that's when we began the whole special needs lifestyle.
What were some subjects that you liked up in New Rochelle? Did you like the school a lot, Declan?
It's good. It almost felt like an hour away. It's a town right outside New York City. There was a gym on the 3rd floor, and there was a level up to the 4th floor.
Yeah, I would like to let all you listeners know that I hope you continue to help those people who are in need and those people who are living their life with autism. Help them to stay safe. What message would you like to send to parents who have children with autism? What message do you want to send?
Well, every family is different, and every family is going to cope or not cope in their own way. I mean, if I could tell them something, I would tell them just to hang in there, because, and I don't mean this at all in a sarcastic way, but Your problems will get better, but then there will be new problems. You grow as you go along, and you get strength you never thought you would have, and you can find yourself coping with things you never in a million years thought you could deal with. So just, stay strong, keep the faith, love your child, love them till you can't love them anymore. If you're married, nurture your relationship with your partner, because that's what's going to sustain you. And if you're religious or spiritual, nurture your faith. That's going to help also. So that's my message.
Makes a lot of sense, Kathleen.
Okay.
This is Gregory Perosi from LifeWire. This has been a presentation about autism with Kathleen Boyer. Kathleen, thank you for coming out today.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
You're welcome. And I think that message is going to mean a lot to the parents.